What to do, what to do, what to do. I've got a backyard in Texas. I want to improve it. I want to kind of jazz it up a little bit. I don't know what should I do. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to spend too much. I don't want somebody coming to my house and taking advantage of me. It's like the story of the three bears. Three bears. I want the one that's just right. Well, guess what? That's coming up next on Affordable Backyard University. Texas Backyards, the 3 best improvements you can do. Welcome to Affordable Backyard University, the weekly show that teaches you how to confidently buy backyard home improvements the right way. This week we travel to a little country town we just love. That's right, Aubrey, Texas, where we're going to learn about 8-foot board-on-board fence 101. Hang on, we'll be right back. I know what you're thinking, just another pretty face. But let's see what makes this one special. Now, if you've spent any time with us at all, you know we are about half goofy about using only the best materials and using the best processes to turn those into a great backyard project. So here we're looking at the back side of that fence. Now you can see those heavy-duty steel galvanized poles. They're about 6 foot apart. And for an 8-foot fence, that's right. They're 3 foot deep in the ground, secured with Maximizer blue bag concrete. It's $9.50 a bag about, and it's 5,500 PSI, and it will ensure that that post and that fence doesn't go anywhere. Speaking of post, let's just kind of delve into that really quickly. This is the top of a post, and you see the most important thing, that hard cap keeps liquid rain out of the post that doesn't rot. That Simpson bracket is a commercial bracket that's got a clamp set screw that attaches that post so it doesn't move. Big lag screws going to a real rough-hewn cedar nailer rail. A lot of times fence companies will tell you they're building you a cedar fence, and it will have cheap pine rails. They rot, they bow, it's awful. Don't get tricked. Now that we've pulled back to the back of the fence again, I want to draw your attention to the fact there are 3 nailer rails starting from the top. 1, 2, 3. Those are all rough-hewn red cedar boards, not pine like I talked about. Now that very bottom board on the ground is called a kicker board, and that is a pine board. It's a pine board that is heavily pressure treated. It's actually a retaining wall board, but that's what a good fence company puts on the bottom, and then that's the only part of that fence that touches the ground. I'll show you on the other side. So here we flipped that fence around. You can see the red arrow pointing at that board. Those pickets are raised up 3 inches, so that 8-foot fence is really 8'3". But the weed eater hits that, and as long as you don't build a flower bed against it, the bottom of your pickets stay dry and they don't rot. Next, I'd like to draw your attention to this 1x4-inch Western red cedar board at the top. It's called top side trim, and it makes that fence look really custom because it hides the tops of the pickets. Plus, that picket is sandwiched between that board and that 2x4 rough-hewn nailer on the backside, making it really strong. Here's a really good shot. A long run, you can see those posts 6 foot apart. You can see the 3 nailers plus the kicker board on the bottom. All the way, it goes all the way around that yard. That fence is not going anywhere. That's why they have great warranties. Next, let's look at the double gate. 8 foot wide, it's comprised of 2 4-foot doors, 4 hinges, self-latching latch, handles on both sides. And now you can see the backside and why it's not going to go anywhere. Look at the massive bracing, double posts. It's not going anywhere. While we're at it, let's look at this 4-foot pedestrian gate on the other side going into the yard. Same thing, 4 hinges, as tall as that gate can be, and still have a header on top. Well, there's that music, and we know what that means. Time for me to shut up. Let you guys take your walk along this beautiful 8-foot tall board-on-board fence. Look at the kickboard at the bottom. Look at the 4 hinges on that double gate. Okay, I'll shut up. Have a good time. Thanks again. We're glad you came to class today at Affordable Backyard University. You know, everybody graduates every week, so come back next week and take the next class, and let's get another diploma. Have a great day and thank you. Bye-bye. Welcome to Affordable Backyard University, the weekly show that teaches you how to confidently buy backyard home improvements the right way. This week we travel to one of the fastest growing cities in America, Frisco, Texas, where we're going to visit one of their really hot award-winning neighborhoods, The Grove, where we took a plain looking alley entrance like this and turned it into a beautiful electrically powered solar charged roller gate. We'll show you how next. A big beautiful roller gate like this one really has four components. It's got big 4x4 inch posts sunk 42 to 46 inches deep in the ground with concrete. It's got that V-track on the ground that it actually rolls on. So that V-track is in the ground and it's bolted to the driveway too. Here you can see it's in front of the fence where there's room for it to slide back and forth. There's a picture of that post deep in the ground with the concrete. And that track, as it is bolted to the concrete, you can see the gate being built out there in the driveway. The gate frame is 2x2 galvanized welded steel. 2x4 rough cedar boards are attached for the pickets. This heavy-duty gate rolls on these massive steel wheels just like a railroad on the V-track. Here is the heart and soul of this installation, the Liftmaster CSL 24U commercial motor. Now, why would we put a commercial motor in a residential application? Simple. 7-year, pretty much no questions asked warranty. It's great for us. It's great for the homeowner. So this motor is battery powered. Now, the reason I bring up the battery power is it's got big batteries, but the solar or electrical connection you make merely charges the batteries. It doesn't actually run the unit. So we really love the solar setup that Liftmaster sends, and you will too. As long as you've got sunlight, it's going to work. But better than that, because it's doing the right things, there is a credit on your income tax from IRS for using it. No, I wasn't drinking. This is just badly shot photographs of the motor. But what I want to show is how the chain goes through that motor from one end of the gate to the other, and that's what makes it move from right to left or open to close. Okay, let's do a little review before our non-fail test. So the gate is built on what? 4x4 big heavy-duty post sunk how deep in the ground? That's right, 46 inches approximately in maximizer concrete. Now, on either end of that gate on the post is a catcher that holds the gate steady when it's closed. On the other end is that big stabilizer that goes over the gate with the rollers. Now, the gate itself is galvanized steel, which is 2 inches square. It is welded together, and then don't forget, 2x4 rough cedar boards are attached to that, and that's what those pickets are attached to. And the pickets are attached with stainless steel ring shanked nails. It will never degrade. You'll never have black running out of the nail holes down the fence like you see on less expensive, cheaper built fences. Okay, so let's talk about that V-track. That's right. It's attached to the concrete. But how about in the yard? In the yard, they dig footings and they pour concrete, and so it's supported on concrete footings in that yard. And look at the size of those wheels. Remember, that frame is 2x2. Those wheels, steel, just like a railroad, they're massive. Now in this shot, you can see that stability arm and the rollers on either side that hold that gate upright and let it go back and forth. You can see that 4x4 steel post. You notice we even cap it to keep the water out of it. It's little bitty things that matter. There's the solar panel, and you can see that track in the yard that's got the concrete footing underneath it. Here is the catcher from the outside. And in this shot, the stability arm up top and the keypad. Ah, poetry in motion. And now your favorite part, where I shut up. We're glad you came to class today at Affordable Backyard University. You know, everybody graduates every week, so come back next week and take the next class, and let's get another diploma. Have a great day, and thank you. Bye-bye. Welcome to Affordable Backyard University, the weekly show that teaches you how to confidently buy backyard home improvements the right way. This week we go north of the Metroplex to the booming town of Prosper, Texas, where a man who loves to cook wanted a shadier spot to do it. So we designed and built this beautiful shade top pergola you're looking at now. Western red cedar, custom stained on site, a certified affordable showstopper. Okay, let's get started by playing the definition game. This is a 4-post, non-attached, open top pergola. Or you could call it an arbor or a whatever, it doesn't matter. You could call it a jet plane as long as we agree about exactly what we're talking about. The unit rests on 8x8 cedar posts, and the bottom edge of that roof, that 8-inch beam that runs across the front, that's about 8 foot 6 inches in the air, which makes the top just short of 9.5 feet. It barely fits over the eave of the roof of the house. You can see on the back. The man was adamant he did not want to attach to his house, and so therefore that's why we used this 4-poster idea. But with the shade boards overlapping the roof, it gave the appearance of being a part of it. And while I'm talking about the shade boards, notice they're the very top level roof boards. Those are 2x2 red cedar boards, and they're not quite 2 inches apart. And the cool thing about that is, even though the rain and all that comes through, when the sun is at an angle to it, it actually causes shade on the ground. So when this man puts his ceiling fans and stuff up on the day, as long as the sun's not dead smooth overhead, he'll be in the shade with his fans going, and he's got 2 really magnificent cookers. He'll be having a great time. You know, as we kind of pan through this thing, they're really beautiful. They don't weigh a lot. It puts no weight on that concrete patio at all. Look at how beautiful and ornate it is. And yet, it's totally affordable. The 8-inch beams, the 8-inch joists, 2-inch shade boards about 2 inches apart. You can see the shade back over on the wall because it's an early morning when I took these. So you see the beams, the ornate posts. And you know what? A lot of people ask how long it takes. And really, the construction part of it's only 2 to 3 days. The city's got to inspect it, and there's certain things have to be done, which makes it run about a week. But for the most part, these things are great. They last a long time. They provide a lot of shade, and they really set off the backyard. We're glad you came to class today at Affordable Backyard University. You know, everybody graduates every week, so come back next week and take the next class, and let's get another diploma. Have a great day, and thank you. Bye-bye.